Well, I'm here today with Dr. Terry Young, the professor at Ambrose University, and also the co-presenter with me in the Master in Christian Leadership in Crest. Now, one thing I need to tell you about Terry is that he is well read. This man reads broadly and is a wealth of information. And one of the things that we enjoy is just asking him about what he's reading and what's applicable to those of us who are in the second half. So what's a recent book you've read, Terry, and what are you reading about?
Well, probably one of the books that has most impressed me recently is a book by Les McKeown entitled Predictable Success. Those of us in Crest often talk about where we're at in the life cycle, and this is a sort of a new take on that that gives some fresh perspective, fresh words, but also some very, very good strategy of what to do if you're at various places on what we refer to as the life cycle or the S-curve. So it's been a good read.
Okay, well, I think a number of people have probably heard about the S-curve. So what's the new take here? What's the overall picture that the book is talking about?
Well, the S-curve we all know is that you begin an organization or an enterprise, you then go through growth, you then get to maturity, and it's beyond maturity where you begin to go into decline. So that's the common way the S-curve has been dealt with. What McKeown has done is he refers to the early part of any enterprise as the early struggle. So the early struggle is where it takes more time, more money, more energy than you ever realized and ever thought, but you continue on and then you get into a phase called fun. So his growth stage is like this fun stage where it seems things are happening and success is beginning to happen. You're beginning to make progress. As you move through fun, you get to what he calls the whitewater stage, which is your fun leads to success. And what often happens is we try to do more and more and more, and we feel like we're in whitewater. He says, in whitewater, when you put systems and processes in place, that's when you begin to get into what he refers to as predictable success. And things begin to operate more efficiently, more effectively. You've got good systems, good process. You've gotten somewhat out of whitewater and things are functioning. The danger, however, is that you then begin to rest on your laurels and you enter into the phase of treadmill. You simply do this year what you did last year and you're on the treadmill. And if you're not careful, you'll get into the big rut. And that's the other side of the S-curve. And if you're not aware of what's happening, you then begin to get into what he calls the death rattle.
Oh boy,
and
oh boy.
That's the sign that you're really, really in trouble.
Yes, well, and I think this would be a very good thing to be able to put yourself on the S-curve to say, okay, where am I? Yeah. What do I need to do right now? So that's a great overview of the S-curve book. So next time, let's actually delve into that whitewater thing. That sounds really interesting. We'll ask you more detail about that next time. Thanks for sharing with today. And folks, we'll get back to you next week about this. And hang in there. We're going to talk about whitewater time.